Because I stopped buying certain things last year, I saved up an extra $4,400. If you need to save more money this year, then you must be conscious about your spending. You can do that by cutting costs mercilessly on the things that you don't love. Hi, Rich Life Ricky here, and I talk about money. Today, I want to share with you 8 things I'm not buying in 2024 that will potentially save me up to $5,000 or maybe even more this year. Number 1 on my list, clothes and shoes. Let's face it, we all have weak spots. Yours truly is no exception, and I have to admit I'm addicted to buying clothes and shoes. Over the years, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on clothes, shoes, and accessories. You won't believe it if I tell you that there are days when I stare into my closet and think, I have nothing to wear. Does that sound familiar? No matter how much stuff you buy, there's always a pair of jeans that you lack to match your new shirt. Or your shoes don't match the new jacket and a hat, so now you got to buy these new shoes that go well together, and so on and so forth. So this year, I put an end to this open loop of fashion frenzy. I'm not going to buy any new items of clothes because deep down I know I have everything that I need. With this, I aim to save up the most of my $5,000 chunk this year. This is a hefty amount of cash I would rather invest or take my family on a vacation on this summer. So, hello 2024, and adios H&M, Adidas, and Zara. Now, I want to tell you something that I did with my phone at the beginning of this year. I've gone into my Apple store and canceled multiple app subscriptions I was paying double digits for every month. The funny part is I didn't even use them, meaning I was giving away free money every single month. That's why all kinds of subscriptions are being heavily scrutinized by me this year. That goes for streaming services, wellness apps, premium options, memberships, you name it. Question to ask yourself is, do you benefit from having this or that subscription on a daily basis? Key word here is benefit. Any subscription that kills my time and attention goes out the window. Takeaway? Scan through your subscriptions and cancel what's not necessary. Don't forget, time is money, and by canceling a bunch of subscriptions this year, you will not only save money, but also time, which is also money. Another thing I'm not going to spend money on this year is ethanol. You may say, Ricky, sucks to be you because I don't have to worry about spending money on this chemical called ethanol. But are you sure about that? Because ethanol is the real substance behind the liquid drinks that are sold in pretty packages that we voluntarily put into ourselves. And if you haven't guessed it by now, yes, I'm talking about alcohol. Looking back, I remember all this money that I spent going out, buying booze and attending parties. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I won't be able to count the exact amount of money I spent on that stuff over my lifetime, but I can roughly guess it would amass to the amount of a brand new SUV. Look, I'm serious. Alcohol and all the parties centered around consuming booze cost money. Alcohol is generally not cheap. Top it with the fact that you become super generous after you had a couple of drinks. Like, you may buy rounds of drinks for everyone, tip the bartender generously because you had a good time, and the next thing you know, you wake up in the morning a lot less wealthier and a lot less healthier. Do you really want this for yourself this year? I sure don't. So I'm not spending any money on alcohol this year, and I have a feeling this alone will save me a huge bunch. Hey, I'm curious about how much you spend on booze. Put the amount in the comments because I want to make sure I'm not the only crazy one who used to spend thousands on spirits. Next up, groceries. It's easy to get swayed by flashy packaging and catchy slogans. But did you know that store brand products are often just as good as the brand names? I've been doing some experimenting, and I've found that generic versions of things like pasta, canned goods, and even cleaning supplies work just as well as the pricier options. So next time you're at the store, don't be afraid to reach for the store brand and see for yourself. And while we're on the subject of food, let's talk about cooking at home versus buying prepackaged meals or eating out. I get it, life gets busy, and sometimes it's just easier to grab something on the go. But those convenience foods can be a real budget buster. By taking a little time to plan and prep your meals at home, you can save some serious cash and probably eat a lot healthier too. And let's not forget about the hidden costs of some popular purchases. Take trendy diet supplements, for example. Sure, they might promise quick results, but have you ever stopped to think about what's actually in them? Many of these products are poorly regulated and can even be dangerous. Plus, they're often pricey and not a sustainable solution for long-term health. Instead of falling for the hype, I'm focusing on eating whole, nutritious foods and finding an exercise routine I actually enjoy. Speaking of exercise, I ditched my personal trainer this year, and it wasn't only to save some money. Think about it. In this day and age, when you have access to the world's best resources on the internet, do you really need a live trainer standing by you in the gym? Not unless you're a professional MMA athlete, which I'm certainly not. Last but not least, online courses. I won't be able to tell you the exact amount I've spent on online courses during my conscious lifetime, but I can accurately guess it's around mid-five figures. I decided for myself this year that I don't lack knowledge, and part of me thinks that I kept buying more online courses just to distract myself from putting off taking action, distract myself from doing the actual work. And so this year, instead of buying more online courses, I'm committing to put in the hours, put in the work. I suggest you think twice about buying an online course this year, too. Ask yourself, do you really need the course to learn something absolutely new, or are you just using it as an excuse to delay taking action? What are some things you're planning to cut back on in 2024? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, you will enjoy this next one, where I share 10 old-fashioned frugal tips you must try today.